episode of Book Talk, which is a internet show where we talk about books. We have some live music that's going to be going. We have Vince watching a film.
It's all about the future. So one goes from Earth, one goes from humans and the environment, and the next goes into the future about what we're doing to the environment and doing to humans. So it's very, very intense.
And the theme of tonight's show, Book Talk, is not a specific book, but the topic is, what's love got to do with it? So people are invited to discuss love and hopefully connect it to a book or something literary, but not necessarily. And so I thought I would begin by talking about a book that I just started reading called Ramona. Has anybody ever read the book Ramona by Helen Hunt Jackson? All right. So I just discovered it. I'd never really heard of it. I guess it's kind of a, I don't want to say a lost classic, but it, I think it used to be taught more in schools and stuff. But to me, the book is very interesting because it is a love story. It's a love story about a girl named Ramona who is half Scottish and half Native American, and she falls in love with a Native American guy. The book is set in Southern California. It's set basically kind of where we are now, maybe not exactly here, but Orange County, LA, San Gabriel area, in the pre-development. So the book reminds us of California's history, because California used to be Native Americans, right, among others. Then Spain came, colonized with the missions and all that. Then there was the Mexican War for Independence. And so where we're standing used to be Mexico. And then there was the Mexican-American War. And now it's the United States after the war, because the U.S. had superior military technology and stuff, right? I don't know. Why did they win? Why did we win the Mexican-American War?
That was part of the reason, but the other reason is that Mexico had already fought many wars, right? They fought the War of Independence. And
just 30 years before, they had fought the War of Independence.
So they were already a weak state because they had expended their arms, everything else that they had, and trying to recover.
Yeah.
And so the United States, of course, took issue with that. They took advantage of that.
Anyway, so this book, Ramona, it's set when all of these forces are at play. And so you still have remnants if there's Native Americans. The main character is half Native American. You have remnants of the Spanish missions. You have remnants of Mexican land holdings. And you have the United States sort of speculators and stuff coming in. And they seem to be only interested in money and land. Which,
right.
I don't know, they're pretty shrewd. So it's an interesting novel because it reminds us of what this area was like before what it is now.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. It's good book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Ricardo.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? So what's love got to do with it?
Just a suggestion about a book.
Okay.
And the book is called The Art of Loving by Erich Fromm.
Okay.
And it's really a crucial book because he was from the Frankfurt School. He was one of the survivors of everything that happened in World War II. He became an analyst here, of course, in the United States. But the whole point of The Art of Loving is to show that love is the healing power among humans. This is the one thing we need to heal, both mental healing, emotional healing, everything else, and how we lack that in contemporary society. It's a very, very important book. And the whole point of The Art of Loving is to redirect people's attention to what love means in terms of humanity. How it's the fundamental force that keeps us together. In fact, if you start looking at modern science, like the work of E.O. Wilson, the evolutionary psychologist, who's clearly proving now that altruism is a genetic component of all humanity, and how we're being torn apart basically by artificial societies in terms of, basically capital and money and banks, etc., and how this is going to end up destroying humanity itself long term. So The Art of Loving is the whole point about how do we access that within ourselves from person to person, person to family, person to world, It's extremely important, extremely important. The Art of Loving by Eric Fromm.
And Ricardo spoke in the last episode of Book Talk, which was about a book called Barrio Writers, and there was a very stimulating conversation we had about that.
Right.
And Ricardo, why don't you say something about yourself?
I'm a teacher. I'm a psychotherapist. I've been concrete poetry for many, many years. My background is in the Chicano movement as an activist, and I bring all these things together for myself, at least through psychology and therapy, to help others, especially in the community.
Yeah. Uh-oh, I hear a scooter coming up.
Baxter.
You know what that means? So the scooter is Baxter. Okay, Baxter, why don't you come up on the stage? And I see you brought some presents.
I did bring presents, yes.
Special guest star, Baxter.
Thank you very much.
So Baxter is a local guy, sort of involved in politics and art. He's an old of the old punk school, and now of the new punk school.
Oh, look at that ashtray. Cool.
He brought an ashtray,
A nice one.
a good one, yeah.
This is my new ashtrays
Tell
here.
us about this show, Max.
Yeah, what's the show that's called? I see you brought some flyers.
I did. These are fresh off of the printers.
What's love got to do with it?
With this?
Yeah.
Everything. This show is called Love, Sex, Unity, and Respect. That name was come up by Valerie Lewis, one of the best resident artists here. And it's a marriage equality show. And we want to celebrate the ordinary, beautiful lives of same-sex couples. This will be the biggest, in terms of publicity and attendance, private gallery art show in Orange County history.
Wow.
We have been named an affiliated event with OC AIDS Walk, which is the following morning. We have an art with an agenda, which is kind of what the show's under when we fuse politics and social justice. We call it art with an agenda because it is. Between 90 and 100 works of art, all painted on a theme. And that theme is to celebrate love in all its combinations and do so in conservative Orange County. The centerpiece, if I can just, one more point, the political centerpiece of the show is going to be a 7-foot, 4-tiered wedding cake. And that cake will then be wallpapered with the images of between 200 and 400 same-sex couples who every day email me their images. So it's pretty cool.
We're in a county that pretty widely supported Proposition 8, right?
They supported it in Fullerton by 63%, in North Orange County in general by 65%,
Okay.
as opposed to statewide only by 52%. So yes.
So yeah, statistically, we're not weird, but the area is.
We have an extra scoop of homophobes in North Orange County.
Meeting people who are actually gay and in love is like, it takes an abstract thing and it makes it non-abstract and human. Yeah.
And in a modest way, we hope to demonstrate that even in conservative Orange County, things have changed since 2008. If we don't change a few people's minds and soften a few hearts, then it wasn't worth all the effort.
Totally. And I think it'll be big enough where a wide spectrum of people will come.
Well, hello, I'm Mandy B. This is my friend Lonnie Brown. Also Lonnie B.
Lonnie B.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, stand by me. Oh, won't you stand by me? Please stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, or the mountains should crumble to the sea, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, won't you stand by me? Please stand now. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, won't you stand by me? Please stand now. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, won't you stand by me? Please stand now. Stand by me.
Well, Mangular is right behind us, and they're going to provide a little background music while I talk about my piece. So, I've been reading. Jesse got me hooked into this book called Dune. There's like 7 in the series, and it's actually become kind of a transformative moment for me. Is not part of like the human experience to be imperfect.
Absolutely.
Yet, isn't like one of the goals of like our society perfection?
It's a false ideal.
So that's kind of like a theme that's running like through this book, and then it ties into this other concept, which is love, pure love. Like if you look in the, Jesse, you can even maybe like respond to this, but aren't there folks in the Bible who like God said I want you to kill your kid for me?
Abraham.
Yeah.
What?
And so that's a form of like pure love, right?
It was a test. He wasn't really supposed to kill him. It was just a
No,
test.
but I mean he was going to,
Yeah.
right?
No, that's not pure love.
But that's what the Bible is like. Isn't that pure love? Pure love is in the sense that you give up everything. Love, something in its purest form, is perfection. And as we move towards perfection, we're actually moving away from what makes us human. That's the concept of the book. And so in the book Dune, you've essentially got these two kind of competing factions that both are looking for the same end result. One is this society of women that have been going on for a long time that are called the Bene Gesserit. And they're essentially trying to modify humanity through DNA manipulation, genetics. Like they're like saying, if you marry him and if he marries her and they have a child and we pair that person with this person,
It's like eugenics, kind of.
yeah,
Still going on. There's something.
correct.
Right.
But in some respects, it's like modern society, trying to through science. Hey, how are you? Modern society through science trying to achieve the same aims.
I think it's a false idea of love or false idea of humanity that the perfection that they're striving toward, but like
The idea that's been running through my mind is that we're actually not paying attention to the reality of what we are, which is we're, instead of celebrating our imperfections, what we do is we strive for something that's unattainable, but in striving for it, we end up destroying our very humanity.
Agreed. And that's what imperfect love is all about. Because, let's put it this out another way. Let's turn it around. Pure love is to love one another despite our imperfections. Open up hope for others and maintain, again, sanctuary for others who are so-called imperfect, but in fact could be geniuses in their own right.
yeah. And a lot of the art that comes out of those communities is the stuff that that is very important, and people don't even realize its importance until 50, 100 years later sometimes. Sadly.
Well, Jesse, I think we've run out of time for book talk.
Okay, that was a good one. Thank you again, Ricardo. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Baxter. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mangular. Thank you, Mandy. Book talk. What's the name of your song?
This one's called Kerosene, Indeed.
All right. Do it.